Okay, yeah. We're gonna record this. We're gonna record this episode. We tapping in. Tap in, man. I want everybody to tap in. We just making sure we good on the audio and all that shit. But let's clear up a few things, man. Let's clear up a few things. We're gonna talk about some shit, you know. Have an intellectual conversation, if you will. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. Nobody's more writer than the next. You know what I'm saying? We just chopping it up, chopping, popping it. You know what I'm saying? We just chopping and popping it. So I don't want nobody to take this the wrong way, take this shit the wrong way. We just chopping and popping, man. We're gonna go over the topic. You know what I'm saying? And I encourage everybody to comment. I love everybody's comments. Everybody's opinion matters. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to get a clear point of where I'm coming from. Just a clear point of where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? Just a clear point of where I'm coming from. And we're going to do it the right way, We're going to podcast it up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're going to podcast it up, man. R2, talk your shit, man. You know what I'm saying? First off, let me start by saying, man, rest in peace, man, to a legend, you know what I'm saying? My boy, Hulk Hogan, you know what I'm saying? My guy, you know what I mean? One of the oldest wrestlers. He probably the oldest wrestler that I knew about, man. He's probably as high as it went. Him, Ric Flair, and I caught a little bit of Andre the Giant. Let's be honest. I'm born in '88, so by 1990, 91, I was getting into wrestling. 92, you know what I'm saying? So Andre the Giant was probably already long gone. I'm not sure when Andre the Giant made his departure, but I know for sure that Hulk Hogan was the guy who took the reins from him, because Andre the Giant was one of the most popular as wrestlers, you know what I'm saying? And he was the champion, you know what I'm saying? He was the heavyweight champ, Andre the Giant, because let's be honest, who else could fuck with? I mean, the dude was fucking 8 foot tall damn near, you know what I'm saying? Big as hell, you know what I'm saying? He was bigger than the Big Show, you know what I'm saying? And Big Show was huge, you know what I'm saying? Big Show was a big motherfucker. And Andre the Giant was bigger than him. He was like 8 foot tall or some shit like that. But I think Andre the Giant, his career didn't last that long because he had complications with his heart. Like, his heart wasn't big enough for his body. He was a big old dude. You know what I'm saying? So I think they kind of came up with a script and came up with a script and made it to where Hogan can take over. And I remember this is just one of the most iconic is moves. Is probably times in wrestling is when Hulk Hogan body slammed, picked up Andre the Giant's big ass and body slammed his ass. You know what I'm saying? If man, Andre the Giant was huge. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if we can pull that footage up. We might be able to pull that footage up. But anyway, Andre the Giant was huge, you know what I'm saying? He was a big motherfucker. And that's one of the highlights I can remember, man, from Hulk Hogan's career, is when he picked him up and body slammed him. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't watching it live because I think that, that was a little before my time, but man, just seeing it done was crazy. You know what I'm saying? That attests to Hulk Hogan's real strength, because later in life, man, all the kids my age, we found out wrestling was fake. It was scripted. At first, man, when you a kid, you think that shit's real. And even back then, a lot of that shit was real. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the falls they was taking, a lot of the, kicking each other's ass, they was doing that shit for real. You know what I'm saying? And they was really getting hurt by that shit. You know what I'm saying? Really getting hurt from that shit, really wrestling. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man. So, as a kid, man, watching wrestling, you know what I'm saying, bro, it was different for me. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling was different for me. I really loved wrestling, man. I took that shit serious. I thought I was a goddamn wrestler. You know what I'm saying? I wanted my mama to buy me all the belts and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man, most definitely. wrestling was a big part of my childhood, you know what I'm saying? A big part, you know what I'm saying? So my love for wrestlers, man, that's where it come from, you know what I'm saying? Not even just Hulk Hogan, man, you know what I'm saying? Sting, you know what I'm saying? Undertaker, Stone Cold Steve Austin is probably my favorite wrestler of all time, you know what I'm saying? Stone Cold Steve Austin is my favorite wrestler of all time. And nobody else is better than him, you know what I'm saying? And I just believed in the wrestling, you know, the wrestling entity, man. I believed in that shit. So it's honestly it's kind of hard for me to get on Facebook and see that Hulk Hogan died, man, and for the only thing that people point out is that, you know, he was a racist or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not here to defend him, you know what I'm saying, or make it like it's cool, because it's not. If he said that, you know, if he was like that, or if he was racist, or if he had a racist moment and he said some shit and it got leaked out, you know what I'm saying, then hey, you know, you got to face that. And I'm pretty sure he did. You know, I'm pretty sure he caught slack from his peers, because let's be honest, Hulk Hogan, you know, his peers, a lot of his peers was black. You know what I'm saying? He wrestled amongst black people. You know what I'm saying? He even had a few encounters with The Rock. You know what I'm saying? And The Rock is one of the biggest stars in pro wrestling. You know, hands down. You know what I'm saying? And him and The Rock, got along just cool. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I mean? And like I said, man, I believe it's a difference between being a racist person and saying racist shit. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all people, I'd have said a lot of racist shit, me personally. And I can't even say I mean, I've said a lot of racist shit. Let's put it like that. And for me, it's like, okay, I'm 36 years old. Okay. I didn't see none of that slavery shit. You know what I'm saying? It didn't personally affect me. You know what I'm saying? I've never even asked my grandmother, you know, God rest her soul. I never even asked her if she was, you know, a victim to slavery. You know what I'm saying? Or how it was back then. You dig what I'm saying? So for me as a person to walk around life and just hate all white people for that reason alone, that would kind of be kind of silly, right? Even being that I grew up around white people. You know, I went to school with white people. You know what I'm saying? I got some real good white friends. You know what I'm saying? I got a police officer friend that's a white boy. Grew up with him, and even though we grew up together in middle school, you know, and then we fast forward down the line in grown up life, and he ended up being a sheriff, and I ended up being in the county jail as an inmate. You know, he didn't treat me no different. You know what I'm saying? We still, you know, he still came to check on me, came to my cell, check on me, make sure I was good. You know what I'm saying? So for me to hate white people, it would be I just don't hate no kind of people just because you are a certain kind of people. I don't hate no all race of people. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard for me to take that kind of shit in when I'm looking at somebody that I grew up watching and grew up idolizing. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, it's hard for me to believe that just because a person was on they had him on record saying some shit that maybe shouldn't have been even leaked, you know, because let's be honest, he probably was saying that shit in his own privacy of his own home, or whatever the situation calls for. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the situation called for, he used the racial slur or whatever. Well, okay. So if he used the racial slur, whatever, you know what I'm saying? He used it. Oh well, I've used plenty of racial slurs. My point is, I don't understand how people can be so judgmental in a time of a person's death. You know what I'm saying? Like once you die, aren't you don't you gotta go answer to whatever you was doing, however you was living your life. Once you die, don't you gotta go answer for that? And a lot of people will tell you that when you die, you got to go answer for all the shit that you did on here on Earth. You know what I'm saying? So once a person die, you know what I'm saying? Just because a person is paying tribute to somebody who they looked up to as a kid, that don't make them no less of a black person, or that don't mean that you don't care about your people. Because then in the same sense, I could turn around and ask somebody, okay, well, if black people are the main killers of black people, then don't that mean we don't care about ourselves? You know what I'm saying? So is that not a legitimate question? You know what I'm saying? And a motherfucker can be like, you just trying to cover up one with the next, but no, that's just a legitimate question because, if it's okay to make one valid point, it's okay to make another one. You dig what I'm saying? And it don't take a rocket scientist to see that it's racism in the world every day. You know what I'm saying? People gonna say crazy shit every day, all day, but do that make them a bad person? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's take comedy for example. When a comedian get up there and talk about the subjects that he talk about, let's talk about comedians for a second. I'm just trying to put this shit into perspective. You know what I'm saying? So if a comedian gets on stage and speaks, and tell racist jokes, where do we put that in the category of racism? Because they always say watch out for people who joke about serious things, but they make a joke out of it, but it be serious. So if that's the truth, then when you making a joke, isn't this some seriousness in every joke? So if a motherfucker was to get up there and make racist jokes, as all comedians do, white, black, Chinese, Hispanic, why, why is it not the same energy for that? You understand what I'm saying? And that's all I be asking. I be trying to see why shit ain't all the way level across the board. I mean, because if it's just we mad because a person is using racial slurs, if that alone is what makes them racist, how are you not racist? Because let's be honest, everybody, and I mean everybody, and you can say you haven't, and I'm gonna call bullshit, because everybody at one point in time in their life have used a racial slur. I mean, I just don't believe that you as a human being been on this earth and going through shit that people go through and you ain't never used a racial slur. I just don't believe it. That's just like saying that it's a Christian out here without sin, or it's a Muslim out here without sin, or it's a Buddhist out here without sin. That's just like saying that it's perfect people in the world. And then you got some people that'll say, no, well, it's no possible way to be perfect. But I guess it is. I guess it is, because it's like nowadays you can't say a motherfucking thing, you know what I'm saying, without being looked at as a racist, or without being looked at as a person who hates gay people. You know what I'm saying? Let's take the gay aspect for a second. Now, just because you don't like to deal with gay people, do that mean you hate gay people? Do that mean you a homophobe? Do that mean that you hate gay people? I mean, because it's only two ways to flip a coin. You dig what I'm saying? It's only two ways to flip a coin. Either it's heads or it's tails. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like life is easy to correlate. It's easy to correlate. I feel like all things tie together. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to be straight by the book on one aspect, you should be straight by the book on all aspects. You dig what I'm saying? Because if a person who has used racial slurs makes them a racist, then I guess I'm a racist, because I've too used racial slurs. I don't think it's a person on this earth that haven't used racial slurs, but that's my opinion. And I got the right to feel that way. And nothing that nobody's gonna say is gonna make me feel otherwise, because I know as a human, we say shit that we don't mean all the time. We say shit that we don't mean all the time. Does that mean that you're supposed to be held accountable and that held over your head all the way past when you die? No, I don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't believe that. But a motherfucker will get on here and say that the way that you think is not right, and that the way that they think, but they got it all figured out. Man, listen, if you had it all figured out, you wouldn't be here looking at me. We wouldn't be peers. If you had it all figured out, we wouldn't be peers. And the only thing I like to do is to challenge people's way of thinking, because if you feel like you got the right way of thinking, then me and you wouldn't even be sitting here talking. It's no kind of possible way that you could have life all figured out and still be in the same spot as me demographically. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, if you was rich and you had everything together, you probably wouldn't be living right here in Oklahoma with me. You would be living somewhere else, better off for your kids, or better, because let's be honest, if you got kids, Oklahoma is 50th in education. Why would you want to raise kids here? But people raise kids here because it's comfortable for them. You know what I'm saying? It fits they pocketbook. You understand what I'm saying? But if you had life all figured out, as you say, or as you try to portray, then you would be further in life, correct? So I'm just saying, man, as a human being, I'm gonna be a realist and be honest. I've used racial slurs plenty of times. And I'm gonna use them again. Because I'm the type of person, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say. And I don't give a fuck who think or what or whatever. But that don't make me a racist. You get what I'm saying? I don't hate no group of people. But if I said some racist shit in the past, if that's what's going to judge me for the rest of my life, even until after I'm dead, then so be it. I'll be a racist. You know what I'm saying? But stop. I just don't like how people act like they so much above the next person, because let's be honest, we all human. And we done all said some racist shit. We done all said some shit about a motherfucker as soon as they left the room. We done all said some shit about somebody as soon as we left their place of business. You know what I'm saying? We done all done it. And we done all said some shit that we shouldn't have said about another human being. And that's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? But people don't like to be honest because they like to be looked at in the perfect light. But I'm just gonna be honest with you. Nobody's perfect. It doesn't exist. A perfect person doesn't exist, because if that was the case, everybody would be that way. Because who don't want to be perfect? Who don't want to have everything fall into place, the right time in the right place, and everything to go straight? Everybody wants it to be that way. And let's be honest. I don't have kids, but if I had a daughter, being a black man in this society, if I had a daughter and she chose to bring a white boy home, I'm going to have something to say about it. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to have something to say about it. I'm going to feel away. Because in this world, if we pay attention to what's going on, typically everybody that's not black does not date outside their race. Mexicans, they don't typically do it. I'm saying typically. As a majority, they don't do it. Asians, they don't do it. They don't do it. Greek, they don't do it. And I said typically. Indian, they don't do it. And I'm talking about Pakistan and, Middle Eastern people. They don't do it. They don't date outside their race. So with that being the set custom, of course, look at Hulk Hogan. The motherfucker was 70-some years old. So yeah, he got to see some of that racist shit. He probably inherited that shit from his parents. I'm not saying it's right. But it's the same thing as us, like my partner Nat from New Orleans, okay? In New Orleans, black people and white people really don't mix like that. His great-grandmother was a lady who, didn't like white folks. It happens. You know what I'm saying? And that's how people grow up. I'm not making it okay, but I'm just saying, this is the world that we live in, and you gotta have some kind of reality about yourself, man. Because let's stop acting like, let's just stop acting like these are the most racist people in the world when it's not. It's not. You know what I'm saying? Just because you have a racist moment or you say some racist shit, I'm not pegging you as a racist. I'm not just gonna peg you and strike you out as a racist person, because if that's the case, I gotta say the same shit about myself. We get so caught up at looking at everybody else when we fail to realize that we look right back at ourselves, we're gonna see some of the same traits. We're gonna see some of the same traits. And we too are going to be guilty of some of the same shit. And I'm not saying it's right. But let's be honest. You understand what I'm saying? Let's not act like we ain't never done it. You know what I'm saying? Let's not act like we ain't never said, oh, that's white people shit. Let's not act like that. And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying nobody's wrong here. But y'all can't keep on bashing people for giving it up, giving props up to people that they looked up to as a kid. And you know, when you get attached to something or somebody as a kid, that love always stay with you. I don't care what somebody try to say about them or whatever. You still gonna have that love for that person, man. We had Hulk Hogan figurines and shit. We was kids. We didn't know nothing about racism. We wasn't thinking about that shit, and that shit continued over into adult life. You know, we still had love for motherfucker, even though, you know, a motherfucker might have got caught saying nigga. How many times have your Mexican friends said nigga at work or nigga at school growing up? Let's be honest. And you didn't say nothing about it. You didn't check it. And I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying. All I'm saying is I'm saying. You didn't check it. You didn't say nothing about it. You didn't feel like it was wrong at all because you fucked with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And even though he's saying a racial slur to you, he ain't saying it like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you figure it ain't, you know, it's cool. But ain't that covering it up because he didn't mean it like that? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? It's cool that you want to call Hulk Hogan out for being a racist. That's fine. That's fine. But we ain't hear about it till he died. We ain't hear about it till he died. I just find that that's kind of, you know, that's kind of, you know what I'm saying? They said what's his name? They said, God damn it. They said Elvis was a pedophile. Motherfucker loved them little girls. They said he loved them little girls. But see, this is my thing. Motherfucker married a 14-year-old. But see, his legacy he's still gonna get that top ranked legacy because, you know, he's Elvis. You know what I'm saying? And back then, fucking a 14-year-old was cool, I guess. You know what I'm saying? For an adult. You dig what I'm saying? So that's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know. No, we don't got nobody combating that story or, you know, going at that story. But, you know, so, and then when he died, it wasn't no internet. When Elvis died, it wasn't no internet. But I'm pretty sure if Elvis died today and we was on here clowning and shit and doing all this shit, you're going to have a bunch of motherfuckers defending Elvis. And that's all, you know, because how they look at him is not how you look at him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you're gonna have a split decision of who's happy, you know, and I'm not gonna never be happy that nobody's dead. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm not gonna be acting like I'm celebrating nobody's death. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all be too tough for me. You know what I'm saying? You want to celebrate a motherfucker's death, but then turn around and want some compassion when your people's in the hospital and shit like that. Life don't work like that. You can't be happy about somebody's death and expect God to accept your prayers when you sitting there, you praying for grandma who got diabetes and just had a stroke. But last week you was laughing at a motherfucker who died, you know what I'm saying? Even though he got a family, even though he was a father to his kids, even, you know, one instance where he said some racist shit, it just all the way made you, you know, just where you don't deal with a motherfucker. But just imagine how many people you deal with every day that done said some shit behind your back about you personally. Just imagine how many people that you deal with every fucking day that don't even like your fucking guts, but you still go shake their hand and you still go hang out with them and you still go kick it with them and you still give them money when they ask you for $20 till Friday. Them same motherfuckers, man, that you feel like is equipped for your respect, they don't even fuck with you like that, but you continue to fuck with them. But a motherfucker that you don't know that had a moment where he said some racist shit, you just automatically say, hey, I hate that motherfucker, may he rest in piss. You didn't even give the motherfucker a chance or even go research the incident and the apology. You didn't even research the incident or the apology. You just automatically, that's what the internet said, I'm running with it, he said it, it's facts, fuck him, may he rest in piss. but you want somebody to pray for your grandma. See, I don't fuck with people like that. I don't fuck with people like that. You know what I'm saying? Because if you want to be that way, you be that way on your own. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no respect over here for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you got something to say, you come to the comment section and have something to say when a motherfucker on here on live. You don't wait and go turn around and then double back and then go make your own status and try to talk about a motherfucker or say something or reference to what a motherfucker done said. You dig what I'm saying? Especially when you got a motherfucker phone number. Especially when you can call me and hit me up or send me some whack ass beats or send me some fucking weak ass rap music that you done made and you want me to listen to it. You dig what I'm saying? See, I don't fuck with niggas like that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody gonna get their opinion on this internet. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna get their opinion on this internet. Everybody is you know, everybody is entitled to their own opinion, on and off the internet. I don't give a fuck what a motherfucker said. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? How you feel is how you feel, but you can't make a motherfucker feel bad for how they feel. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you get friction at. And I'm gonna win every time when we playing with these internet games. You know what I'm saying? As far as this internet shit go, content shit go, you can't fuck with me with this kind of shit. I do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And everybody got an opinion. And I'm not gonna never say nobody's opinion is, hey man, your opinion is what your opinion is. Your opinion is what your opinion is. But the love that most people have for Hulk Hogan comes from wrestling. Comes from being a kid watching wrestling, man. You know what I'm saying? It takes you back to when you were a kid. It takes you back to when you were a kid, man. You know what I'm saying? And when you start to see people, when you're 36 years old and you start to see people that you seen on TV as a kid pass away, that shit starts to scare you, man. Let's be honest. That shit starts to scare you because you feel like, damn, I'm getting older. You know what I'm saying? Time running out. You know what I mean? Time running out. You know what I'm saying? So it don't always be all the way about the person. It be about memories, man. It take you back to a time where you was in your childhood that you never can get back. And a lot of people out here didn't even get to enjoy their childhood. You know what I'm saying? And I feel sorry for them kind of people. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of motherfuckers didn't even get to experience wrestling or even know what the fuck or who the fuck Hulk Hogan is or Sting or Undertaker or any of them other motherfuckers. Rey Mysterio, you know what I'm saying? Eddie Guerrero, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Chris Benoit. Any of them motherfuckers could have been racist. I'm pretty sure. And then let's be honest. Every white person probably over the age of 50 is probably done said some racist shit in their lifetime. Probably done did some racist shit. Because they up there in that age group where they was around when racism was kind of, you know, pouring on thick. But that don't mean to this day as a person, you know, people grow, man. People get better. You know what I'm saying? People make peace with God, man. You know what I'm saying? And before you die, you're going to have to make peace with God for all of the shit that you done. And God ain't going to give you a pass just because you pointed out a bunch of shit that another motherfucker did. He going to talk to you about your bullshit. He ain't going to talk to you about Hulk Hogan's bullshit. He going to talk to you about your bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And then people don't want to be judged, but they so quick to judge. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? But when the spotlight is on you, when a motherfucker nitpicking at you and going back to some shit you did and some shit you said, you know, you be ready to fight. You know what I'm saying? It be the motherfuckers with no accountability in their life, you know, that be out here casting the first stone. You know what I'm saying? Casting the first stone. Motherfucker be out here, they can tell you everything about the next motherfucker's business. They can give you the take on everybody else's business. But when it come down to some real shit, you hear nothing. And that was my point. Like everybody like makes shit about race and acts like they are for they people when they're not. Let's be honest. You niggas ain't stuck together ever in life. Because everything's a competition with our people. Everything's a competition with our people. The music scene, the club scene, the clothes scene, the shoes scene. Come on, man. A nigga can't do nothing without another black motherfucker being the first ones to tell you what's wrong with what you doing. You can't even, it's gonna be a black motherfucker that tell you that what you doing ain't gonna get you where you trying to go. And then we sit here and act like the white people is our worst enemy. Nah, nigga, we our own motherfucking worst enemy. And you can call it sweeping under the rug, you can call it whatever, but you gonna get nothing but real shit here. Nothing but real shit here. Because let's be honest, you can hear the word nigga and mind your own motherfucking business. You niggas ain't gonna say a goddamn thing about it. I don't give a fuck who said it. You niggas ain't gonna do shit about it. So stop the bullshit for your people ass shit. Because niggas is out here killing niggas every day. And it's only a few motherfuckers that'll get on here and speak against that shit. But in the same token, as soon as some shit crack off, it's sad that it had to happen this way and sad that it happened this way. But when niggas is going back and forth on the internet and it's getting spicy and it's really getting to that, you got nothing but motherfuckers in the comments roaring that shit on. Ain't nobody trying to put a stop to it. When a motherfucker die, motherfucker get hurt, you got niggas on the internet making jokes about it. It ain't nobody trying to stop that shit. They talk about all these peace treaties and all that shit. Nigga, these young niggas ain't doing no motherfucking peace treating out there. And that's what I mean when I say you niggas ain't doing nothing for the black community. You niggas ain't doing shit for it. So why get on here and act like you gave a fuck that Hulk Hogan was a racist? That's my point. You didn't give a fuck that that man was a racist. He's just a trending topic because he died. And that's just something that you heard, so you want to make a joke about it. But you don't give a fuck about nobody being racist to your people. You be racist to your own motherfucking people. Niggas can't even stand the face they look in the fucking mirror. If we being honest about it, but a motherfucker say, oh, we cover up so much shit with other bullshit. No, let's start there. Let's start with our motherfucking self. Why do niggas hate niggas? Can somebody answer that for me? I don't see nobody in the comments. I don't hear nobody on this motherfucker trying to comment because you ain't. Because you ain't. When a motherfucker on here live and a motherfucker going direct and a motherfucker taking all questions, ain't nobody gonna say a motherfucking thing. Because you can't answer me why niggas hate niggas. You can't answer me why we our own worst enemy. You can't answer me that. You ain't got no fucking answer for it. They say all they gonna say is it starts at home. But motherfucker, where is it gonna end at? Why do black people hate their own people? Why? Can you answer that for me? Can I get a motherfucker's intellectual answer on that question? But we so concerned about who was racist and who wasn't. You don't give a fuck that man was racist? You don't even give a fuck. It's just a trending topic. So his death is a trending topic. So you felt like mentioning him being a racist would do something for your Facebook page. Let's be honest. You don't give a fuck about Hulk Hogan being a racist? Stop it. Don't nobody give a fuck about who's a racist and who ain't, because what you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. What can you do about another man being a racist? Nothing. And having love and respect for his career as an athlete and as a fucking wrestler, nigga, you shouldn't have to feel bad about that. Because they feel like he was a racist. I don't give a fuck that he was a racist. I honestly don't. I feel like the bitch that work in my apartment complex is a racist, but that don't stop me from paying my rent every fucking month. I mean, come on, man. What does a motherfucker being racist have to do with any fucking thing? He's dead. He ain't a racist no more. He's dead. He's a dead man. He's a corpse now. He's not a racist anymore. He got to answer God for that, not y'all. And anybody who's shouting out Hulk Hogan, so fucking what? I'm shouting him out. Get on here and tell me how I'm wrong for shouting him out. I don't give a fuck. That's the difference between me and these simple-minded ass niggas. I don't give a fuck what a nigga on the internet say. I'm gonna do what the fuck I wanna do. I'm gonna fuck with who I wanna fuck with. And you are too. That's why I know y'all don't give a fuck about Hulk Hogan being a racist. Because y'all gonna fuck with who y'all wanna fuck with anyway. A motherfucker could show you the paperwork and tell you that your homeboy's a snitch, but you still gonna fuck with him because you got love for him. Yet everybody act like they care about who snitched and who didn't. No, you don't. You don't give a fuck. It's the same thing. Like I said, man. Like I said, it may seem like we getting off subject, but we not, because all things correlate together. All things tie in together, bro. One situation ain't no more different than the next. So I just be wanting people to stop it, man. You know what I'm saying? I just be wanting motherfuckers to stop it. Straight up. I just be wanting motherfuckers to stop it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I just be wanting motherfuckers to stop it. I just be wanting niggas to stop it. You know what I'm saying? Just another day at the barbershop. I just be wanting niggas to stop it, because let's be honest. Let Jerry Jones die today. And God forbid that happens. But let Jerry Jones die today. You're gonna see the same motherfucking reaction. And it's not a bad comparison. It's a great comparison. It's only a bad comparison because you would be taking the short end of the stick of the deal. It's only a bad comparison. It's no such thing as a bad comparison. It's only a bad comparison because you feel that way. If Jerry Jones was to die today, you would see the same RIP from Shade Room. Motherfucking ESPN would be running shit on this man all day. You'll hear black niggas that played for this man, Deion Sanders, motherfucking, they don't even really like that motherfucker, but you gonna hear him get up there and talk and show respect for him. You can believe that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not no difference. It's not no difference than a motherfucker saluting Hulk Hogan for his wrestling career. I don't give a fuck what he did as a racist. I don't give a fuck, because that shit don't mean nothing to me. I don't give a fuck about him not liking blacks. I fucked with him as a wrestler. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. Because if I cared who was a racist, I wouldn't fucking watch the Cowboys play. If that's the case, but I fucking watch them niggas every time they come on TV. Not because it's my team, but it's just because I enjoy watching the game of football. You understand what I'm saying? Come on, man. It's only a bad comparison when another motherfucker not seeing it how you seeing it. That's the only time it's a bad comparison. You dig what I'm saying? But like I said, when you get on here and talk that real shit, motherfucker don't want to hear that, man. They don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that, because I guarantee you every nigga in these comments done motherfucking used a racial slur, but does that make you a racist person? Answer me that. Answer me that. I'm live. You can come on here and talk directly to me. You niggas can act like you don't see the live. You can pull right up and talk directly to me. It's open for discussion. We open for discussion, but like I said, niggas only get on that black or caring about who's racist when it's beneficial, nigga, because how the fuck don't it matter when you niggas running around here in Dallas Cowboy gear and been running around here in Dallas Cowboy gear for 30 years when the motherfucker that owned the team is a fucking racist, nigga? Huh? At a Klan rally, nigga, in Arkansas, trying to keep black kids from going into the school. He wasn't stopping them from going into school because he didn't like their shoes. Dumbass nigga, he was doing that shit because he didn't like the color of their skin. But do that stop you niggas from liking the Dallas Cowboys? Absolutely not. And you can mix it up all you want to and try to, just say that it's not the same. But yes, it is, nigga. What make it different? What make it different? Nigga, because you're going to see all these black analysts that be on TV talking about football, giving it up to Jerry Jones whenever he pass away, when the good Lord call him home. Trust and believe you're going to have a bunch of motherfuckers RP Jerry Jones. Yeah, you're going to see a bunch of motherfuckers on here laughing and goofing off because they feel like when Jerry Jones die, they team might have some success. You niggas still going to be trash because he going to pass it on to one of his goddamn kids. And they gon' run the team just like he was running it. So what the fuck is the big difference? I want somebody to explain to me, since you niggas is so intellectual and so smart, since you niggas got goddamn PhD degrees and shit. I want you niggas to explain to me, because that fucking Phoenix, that goddamn University of Phoenix degree that you paid for with your credit card, you can piss on that. Everything's so fucking easy for niggas nowadays. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You can use Chat GPT and all that bullshit all you want to, but don't nothing cut the real life, real deal. Ain't no one situation no better than the next. Straight like that. Because if you gonna support a motherfucker's football team that's a racist, well, me supporting a wrestler that's a racist ain't no goddamn different. Nigga, I fucks with Hulk Hogan, period, point blank. I don't give a fuck what he was as a racist. I don't give a fuck. I fuck with him as a wrestler. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Because if that's the case, no black man in history should be wearing motherfucking Dallas Cowboys gear. And that's just the bottom line. Because where in the fucking dictionary do it say that your motherfucking discrepancy is any more of valid than the next motherfucker's discrepancy? Please stop it. Please stop it. You niggas keep it real when it's convenient. Let's be honest. You niggas try to keep it real when it's convenient. I'm never denying that this nigga's if he is a racist, who gives a shit? I love him as a wrestler. Don't give a fuck about him as a racist. Period, point blank. I love my people, nigga. But let's be honest. Is it really your dislike for a motherfucker, or is it really that it's just a trending topic and it's something to talk about? You know what I'm saying? Because we never heard nobody that said he was a racist today say this shit any other fucking time other than after he passed away. We never heard it. So is it really that you care about who's racist, or is it just some shit to share because it's a trending topic? And I'm going to go with the latter, because I believe that shit only popped up because he passed away. Like I said, because he passed away. He had a racist moment. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Just like nobody gives a fuck that this nigga motherfucking Jerry Jones was at the Klan rally. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Even when they tried to make it a big thing, nobody cared. Because nobody really gives a fuck. Let's be honest. Let's be fucking honest. You niggas go feed the poor and turn the camera on, nigga. You niggas go feed the poor and turn the camera on, nigga. Ain't nothing modest about that. If you gonna take some clothes to a motherfucker and give it to him, or take some shit to a motherfucker and give it to him, do it because you did it out of love. Do it because you did it out of motherfucking love. You ain't got to turn the goddamn camera on. Shit. What the fuck you done for the black community? Nothing. So stop with all this, he's racist, oh, they didn't like the black community. What have you done for the black community? What have you done for the black community? Shit. Nothing. But you want to sit up here and make people feel like they less of a black person because they showing love to a wrestler that they grew to love as a kid? Whether he was racist or not, who gives a fuck? Shit, Donald Trump is the fucking biggest racist there is, but you want to know how many black people voted for him? Millions. And now he got the country in a fucking shakeup, and now everybody wishing that they didn't vote for him. Well, you got to deal with him now. Who gives a fuck? That's all I'm saying. That shit don't be mattering. It don't really make a difference. Nobody gives a fuck who's racist and who ain't. Nobody gives a fuck. And then let's talk about the Tommy Hilfiger situation. Yeah, you can go to Google and it'll tell you that it was all a rumor. But man, you get the fuck out of here. You get the fuck out of here. Where do rumors come from? Every bit of rumor got some real shit in it. And if you don't know that to be true, you ain't been living long enough. Cause nigga, I'm trying to tell you, they ain't walking around calling a motherfucker gay who ain't never been around no gay motherfuckers, or for it to be interpreted that he gay. But when it's a mess, when somebody dry ass say a motherfucker gay, the internet'll run with that shit. The internet'll run with that shit. Okay, so just because they got a bunch of PR shit on there where it say, oh yeah, it was rumors that he was on the Oprah Winfrey show and said that and blase. Nigga, when have y'all ever seen Oprah fucking with the niggas? Stop it, man. Stop it. When Oprah name come up in the barbershop, that bitch get talked about like she don't get talked about like a black queen. Trust me. You know what I'm saying? So stop it, man. Stop it. They can fix it up and say, just like you can't find no trace of the movies that Sinbad played in where he was a genie. You can't find no trace of it nowhere on the internet, but y'all try to make me believe it didn't exist. Stop it. That shit did exist, nigga. He played that role. So yeah, they can make some shit disappear or they can clean some shit up if they want to. So who's to say if Tommy Hilfiger said it or not? But I believe that he did. Or he said something to the effect, because how would a motherfucker just get that out of thin air about Tommy Hilfiger of all, and they wasn't even the most popular. So why wouldn't they say that about Polo or something like that? Y'all gotta stop the bullshit, nigga. And stop putting them weird ass comments on my shit if you ain't gonna get on here and go back and forth with a nigga live. Cause you niggas see this live on my mama. Stop it. Shit crazy. But a motherfucker try to make you feel bad because you got compassion for Hulk Hogan dying. Nigga, yeah, that nigga's a legend that we looked at as a kid. Nigga, anytime a legend pass away that I see as anybody, you know what I'm saying? Stop it, man. They say Kramer, nigga, Kramer from fucking Seinfeld, nigga, got on stage as a comedian and said some racist shit. But do I still watch Seinfeld? Yes, I do. Do I still laugh at Kramer when he do goofy shit? Yes, I do. Come on, man. Let's be honest, man. Y'all so fucking wishy-washy, it don't make no motherfucking sense. Y'all so fucking wishy-washy, it don't make no motherfucking sense. And then you had a nerve to say, this is a bad comparison, or this is that. No, motherfucker, it's only that because you feel that way. A motherfucker's take on something ain't not valid just because you don't agree with it. And we gonna bump heads every time for a motherfucker trying to make it seem like my mind ain't strong and that my shit ain't right. Nigga, I'm far from ignorant and far from motherfucking stupid. You dig what I'm saying? I'm smarter than the average nigga. And a lot of you niggas that be trying to make jokes, you niggas can't go subject for subject with me, man. As far as on no intellectual shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You niggas, man, you niggas that be thinking y'all sitting up here, y'all really don't be talking about shit, bro. Really don't be talking about a motherfucking thing, man. And it's cool that you niggas feel so opinionated, but bruh, you niggas gotta keep it real, my nigga. You ain't never said no racist shit? Just answer that question right there. Have you ever said some racist shit out of your own mouth, nigga? So how the fuck can you fix your mouth to be mad at another motherfucker because he said some racist shit when you done said plenty of it? You dig what I'm saying? Come on, man. I just can't see it. You know what I'm saying? Now I can see if every chance he got, he was being racist and all that shit, but we never saw that from that man. That was that one instance where y'all took a story and ran with it. And then it's so old, a lot of you motherfuckers didn't even know about that shit then. You taking some shit that you seen on the internet and just running with it. You don't even know why he said what he said or when he said what he said. Come on, man. Shit don't make no sense. Y'all don't be knowing nothing about the situation but be so opinionated about it. Like, I don't get that shit. But like I said, he's a trending topic. He just died. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, mentioning Hulk Hogan and saying that he a racist, you're going to get an uproar from the fake black community on the internet. These motherfuckers that sit on their sofa and act like they care about black people, but let your cousin call you and tell you, hey, they damn bad. They need somewhere to stay. They damn near homeless. You ain't going to open your door to them because, oh, you got a family or you ain't got enough space. Well, make space. If you care about your people so much, make space. If it's really about our people and if it's really about the movement of black people and the growth of black people, which all that mention of racist shit, that's what the main objective be, to empower blacks, right? Y'all so full of shit, man. That's why we gonna keep turning circles. We're gonna keep turning circles like a dog chasing his motherfucking tail. Yeah, we're gonna keep chasing this. We're gonna keep chasing circles like a dog chasing his motherfucking tail because you niggas is fucking retarded. You know what I'm saying? And you only fucking agree with something when it's convenient. You know what I'm saying? And you motherfuckers only comment when you're trying to be funny or when you're trying to be matter of factly. You know what I'm saying? But you can't be matter of factly with me because me, honestly, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck about you. I don't give a fuck about your comments. I really don't give a fuck. It makes me no difference. But what we not gonna do is try to make it seem like you more intelligent or your opinion counts more than the next motherfucker. Cause let's be honest, nigga, opinions is like assholes. Nigga, everybody got them. Nigga, and most of them stink. You dig what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line. And ain't no wrong more or less wrong than the next. You dig what I'm saying? That's my motherfucking point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Hulk Hogan might have said some racist shit, but how many times have you said it? How many times have you said some racist shit? Yeah, so shut the fuck up. That's my point. It really don't matter. Really don't fucking matter because nobody's holding nobody to a racist standpoint and not dealing with them because they racist or not shopping with them because they racist. Nobody's doing that. Who's doing it? Yeah, and if you advocating anywhere other than Facebook for black people, let me know what you're doing. Let me know what kind of organizations have you rallied up? Have you started? Have you participated in? None. Because you don't give a fuck. You only give a fuck because it's a trending topic. And that's my point. Yeah, we're going to get the fuck out of here, man, because niggas don't want to argue with me. We're going to get the fuck out of here because all they want to do is do the riffraff and the bullshit, but we live and we don't see none of these niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't see no, I'm looking at the screen. I don't see no comments. You know what I'm saying? I've been for an hour now, I've been trying to get somebody to understand, somebody to explain this shit to me, but I ain't got that, but it's good though. You know what I'm saying? It's good. It's your boy R2, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what the deal. It's good, man. We're going to get off here. We're going to close this live, but y'all know what to do. Tap that like button. Hit that subscribe. You dig what I'm saying? Send them comments.